Welcome back to Anthem. Recently I did a video saying this game doesn't live up to all the hype it had, because during my 10-hour trial through EA Access on the 15th, there was a lot of bugs in the game. It was still pretty much like fully playable, but there were bugs left, right and centre. The strongholds weren't working or anything like that. They did a massive day one patch that fixed a lot of that stuff. There is still a couple of bugs, one with one of the main cutscenes, where I ended up just seeing a load of debris keep falling. It was almost as if I was underneath the map kind of thing, and it was making this like horrible noise, and it carried on for literally about 6 or 7 minutes. Then it come out of that. I didn't actually get to see the cutscene because it gave me a loading screen and said cutscene in progress, please wait. There was another bug where I went down, and when I got revived, it stayed on my screen saying that I needed repairing, but going into a cutscene, going down again, then being revived fixed that. And for some reason I haven't received my Legion of Dawn edition stuff. I do game share and I'm not the primary, I didn't buy the game on my account, so I don't know if that's what's causing it. But apart from that, the game is a lot of fun. I've only just stopped playing this. I was playing it for 9.5 hours straight, and I've done the majority of the critical path now. I think there's only 3 missions left. I'm not going to say anything about it, I don't want to give spoilers and stuff. And for those of you that haven't got the game yet and you're deciding if you want to buy it or not, I would highly recommend this game. It's fun, but there's the couple of bugs. They will probably be fixed, I don't even know when, but they probably will be fixed. And the story missions are fairly repetitive. You always, well, they're not really repetitive. You have to do the same thing. They've always got the same objective. You're either collecting echoes, picking up fragments off some of the Shaper relics, I think they're called, or it's like a defense kind of objective, but it doesn't feel repetitive to the point where you get fed up with doing the story missions. You're always in a different location. You have different dialogue and stuff, so it's not too bad. They maybe could have mixed it up, added a couple of different objectives, but that's not a problem. That's just me saying, if you want a lot of variety in the story missions, this game doesn't include that. One thing I will give them massive credit for, I didn't think I would ever appreciate something like this, but when you start the game, there is a pond. If we turn around and we go through these doors, there's a pond up here, right in the middle, that is dirty when you start. And it's crazy for me to enjoy something like this, but I don't know why, I got really excited. When you reach Arcanist Loyalty 2, the pond actually clears up. And as you can see, I think that's koi carp. But there is a lot of fish in there, the pond is clear, you can see things. So as you progress through the game, leveling up the loyalty for the different factions, Fort Tarsis actually evolves with the gameplay kind of thing. And I will be doing a lot more videos for this game. I don't know how much more playtime I'm going to get out of it at the moment. Me and Connor have just reached rare javelins, so we've still got to go through epic, masterwork, and eventually legendary. We do have a couple of epic items. They're very rare drops at the moment, but we're getting a lot of blues. The majority of the stuff is blue. And as you can see in the top left, I'm currently level 22, so I've got 8 levels left until I reach level 30. Once I've hit level 30 and done the critical path, I believe 2 more strongholds will open up. We'll get legendary contracts. So after the story, and when you reach max level, there is a lot more still to do. And then next month we have the release of the first act, which is going to be called Echoes of Reality. That's going to bring the cataclysms into it, if I remember correctly. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more content. But so far, with the problems that I had previously that have been fixed, and playing the game in general, actually having the ability to progress further than an uncommon ranger, because ranger is my main, it's become a lot more fun. We haven't done much free play yet, we've just been grinding the missions. We want to get the critical path over and done with, get to level 30 so that we can start doing all the legendary stuff and eventually get the masterwork weapons and things. And I don't want this video to go on for too long. I will be doing builds and stuff like that when I've used the other javelins. I've only used ranger up to this point, and I'll be bringing reviews and stuff on weapons and how things are working for me, because this game, it's a looter shooter, but you don't just get the loot and that's it. You have the inscriptions on it as well, and sometimes you're going to get a really bad roll with them, sometimes you're going to get a god roll. At the moment, my build is focused on using my abilities as well as the weapons, because the ranger is like a DPS javelin. Storm mainly focuses on abilities, I would say Colossus has to focus on like the tanky part of it, so building up the shield and health. And then the Interceptor has to work on building up the melee abilities and things like that. And the agility as well. But with Ranger, at the moment, my inscriptions, I'm trying to build on my grenades. I'm currently using the frag grenade, which is pretty powerful because I've got extra damage and stuff through my build. I will go into the Forge and show you my current build, but this is not a build video. Don't use this as, oh, I'm going to get this for my Javelin, blah, blah, blah. I'm just showing you what I'm currently using. I want to try and get at least all epics and maybe a couple of masterworks before I do some build videos. But if you guys are interested in early game builds, then I'll be happy to switch up Javelins and bring those. I did an early game Ranger build, and I said in that video that the Spark Beam does decent combo damage. It doesn't combo at all. The combo I was seeing was from my teammates. So again, I did put it in the comments on that video. Apologies for that mistake, but that build does do decent damage. I was happy with that build until I started getting better items. I really cannot wait until I get to Masterworks because the weapons come with different names and stuff. It's not just like the Hammerhead, the Warden, so on and so forth. So I don't know why I've done this. I could have just gone to the Forge, but if we go in here, we'll change the mission, click on that one, then we'll just go to the Forge. Okay, so at the top right of the screen, you can see that I'm a rare Ranger. My power level is currently 251. This is after spending 9.5 hours in the full release and 10 hours in the early access trial. So about 20 hours of gameplay. I'm not even at epic stage yet. Some of you might do it quicker, some of you might take a lot longer, but that's where I am with my game currently. I'm not going to go into too much detail with this stuff because, as I said, this isn't a build video, this is like a review, so I'm going to show you my current loadout as well. My assault launcher is the Pulse Blast at the moment, which is this one down here. As you can see, my inscriptions, my left bumper ability gets plus 15% damage, so that's my frag grenade. And my assault rifles have plus 13% ammo. Then the weapons, I'm using the Warden and the Blastback. I'm using the Blastback because it gives my left bumper an extra 11% damage. Plus, I get an increased drop rate of repair by 18%. I'm using the Warden because it's got 25% extra mag size on the weapons, and I also get 25% extra maximum shield. My grenade, I'm using the frag. It's got impact plus 7% damage and assault rifle plus 13% ammo. So you can see by my abilities and stuff so far that they all kind of work together. That's what we need from the builds and stuff in this game. You have the frag grenade that increases my ammo on the assault rifles. You've got my assault rifle that increases my shield and weapon mag size. Then you've got the pistol, which increases the damage on my grenades. And it also gives me a better drop rate of repair stuff. I need that because I'm always on the ground. I'm the DPS, so I'm dealing the damage. I take a lot of damage as well. Then my assault launcher, the Pulse Blast, increases the damage on the grenades by another 15% and gives me more ammo for my assault rifles. The support gear, you can see here that I have an epic muster point. The inscriptions are terrible. Marksman rifle plus 17% ammo, I don't use a marksman. Right bumper plus 5% speed, that could be handy if I was to ever use something that takes a long time to cool down. Ammo plus 3% pickup amount, so I just get extra ammo from them drops. But I've gone with the Bulwark point because I prefer the Bulwark over the muster. The Bulwark point actually protects you from damage, so you can get the reses and stuff easier, whereas the muster point increases your gun damage by 20% if you're inside the shield, like the little dome thing. The inscriptions are a lot better for me and my current build on the Bulwark point as well. Machine pistol, which I don't use, you get extra ammo by 20%. The left bumper is up 18% damage. So it's like 44% or something like that. It's crazy amounts of extra damage that I get from my current gear. And then my components, this is what I'm still pretty much like the only thing that I'm still working on a hell of a lot. They are all over the place. They don't help me as much as some of them like might do. But I want to get to the epics and the masterworks until I start working on this a little bit more. I've got Grenadier Inscription, increases the recharge rate, so they come in even faster. Increases impact damage, I've put this on just because it's an epic, the Convergence Core. The impact damage is increased by 35%, so I'm gonna guess that's when my frag causes an impact with an enemy, that increases the damage. My ultimate inscription, this actually increases the damage on my right bumper, and it augments the javelin's ultimate gear and increases the damage a little bit, so my ult's a little bit stronger. All guns go up 25% of their base damage with that component. And then the heatsink, which is pretty good for me, increases my armor by 15% of its maximum, and it gives 30% speed on the left bumper. So my left bumper, the grenade, is a lot stronger than it normally is, and it also comes back off cooldown a lot quicker. And then the heatsink allows me to fly more effectively by increasing the heat capacity by 10%. So that's my loadout. Currently, I'm going to be working a hell of a lot more on this. Hopefully, by the next video, I will have some more epics and stuff for you guys to check out. Then I'll start doing builds. If there's anything specific you want to see on this game, let me know in the comments. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.